What's going on, everybody? It's Eric Rayweather back here, helping you take your game to the next level. And in today's video I'm going to be doing an updated list of the best playbooks in Madden 18. Now if this is your first time checking out one of my videos and you want to improve your Madden game, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. Make sure to hit the bell icon so that you join the notification squad and never miss an upload. So what's going on, guys? Like I said, today I'm going to be going over an updated list of what I think are the best playbooks on offense in Madden 18 currently. I did a video like this at the beginning of the year, but things have changed. So, different formations have come into the fold. We know what formations are the best formations now, so it's time to do an updated list on the playbook. So before I get into the top 5, I'm going to just throw a few honorable mentions out there that are also very good playbooks. They're just kind of outside of the top 5, and those playbooks for me would be Atlanta. It's a playbook I liked a lot at the beginning of the year. I don't like it as much as I did at the beginning, but I still really like the playbook. The Browns playbook I like a lot, just because of the fact that it has a good collection of some plays in it. It has a good deuce close, it has a good bunch weak, but it also has the wide receiver quick run and a couple of other things. So it's got a good mix of things in that playbook. And also, for another honorable mention, I would like to throw in there the Eagles playbook, which is kind of similar to the Browns playbook. It's another playbook that has a good mix of formations in there. So those are 3 honorable mentions that I definitely suggest checking out. So to get into number 5 now, we want to talk about the Seattle Seahawks playbook. This was one of my favorite playbooks at the beginning of the year, and it still is. It's a very good playbook. Some important notable formations. It has deuce close, and it has the full deuce close with the wham, the stretch. It has all the plays that you need, tight end angle, the PA misdirection. It has everything you need out of it. So one of the full deuce closes in the game. Has wing slot, which is very good. Bunch aces, also nice as well. Now let's get into the not the pistol. Let's get into the shotgun formation. So it has wing pair, which is kind of a unique shotgun formation. It's not something I would use a lot, but it's definitely something nice to mix in. It has ace offset, which is nice. Gun ace is definitely underrated this year. But let's get into some more of the important formations that it has. And it has the trips tight end offset, which is a very good formation. PA crosser is a very good play. It has the X under, the 0-1 trap. It has level sail, all of the plays inside zone that you would want out of the trips tight end. It has gun bunch tight end, which is another very good formation. The PA boot over, one of the better plays in the game. The inside zone, the screen, the inside switch. It has all the good plays you want. Curl flat corner, and it also has gun bunch weak. I believe this is the only playbook that has bunch tight end and gun bunch weak. Miami does have both of them, but their gun bunch is the offset, which is not quite as good as regular bunch weak. And this is a pretty decent bunch weak. It has PA post, which is the best bunch weak play. It has the clear out, which is another good play. Z spot and go. It has bunch trail, another good play. It has verticals. It has the screen. So only real play it's missing is corner strike, unfortunately. But you can kind of mimic that with Z spot and go. Has tight slots and some other trips formations. It has empty bunch, which is starting to really catch on at this part of the year. Definitely a very good formation that's gaining a lot of steam. So number 5, the Seattle Seahawks playbook. So coming in at number 4 is going to be the Green Bay Packers playbook. This is a playbook that was overlooked last year, and it's also kind of being overlooked again this year. But one of the main reasons, let's just jump to the shotgun really quickly. So one of the main reasons that this is such a good playbook is because that it has the gun bunch and it also has tight offset tight end. Now, the Saints playbook also has this, but the Saints gun bunch is very weak. It's one of the worst gun bunches in the game, unfortunately. So that's kind of, while the Saints playbook is also a very good playbook, another good honorable mention, honestly. It does have a lot of good stuff in it, but you really want a playbook with a good bunch weak in it. It's kind of crucial because it's the best formation in the game. So this bunch weak has almost all of the plays that you would want. It has the base, it has PA post, it has Z spot and go, it has corner strike, Z spot. It has Y curl, which is it's a decent play, but not all gun bunches have it. It has curl flat. You got inside cross. You got verticals. You got the draw. You got the screen. It pretty much has every play that you would want out of gun bunch except for bunch trail. Which is unfortunate, but it has more than enough plays. And then if you go to the tight offset tight end, you have the PA seams, the inside zone, you have the spot play, you have the Y out, which is a very good play, drive out, another very good play. I mean, you could literally live in these two formations all game long, and that's what makes this playbook so good. But then even aside from that, this playbook also has deuce close, which is arguably the best under center formation. Between this and tight slots, those are the best two under center formations. It does have the stretch, it does have the wham, so you have the two most important components as far as running the ball. You have PA misdirection, which is a really good play. The only play this is missing is the tight end angle, unfortunately, which is a very good play, but you don't need it to run the formation necessarily. You have PA Packer cross, which is exclusive to this playbook, which is a very good play. You have the under center bunch. You have doubles flex. Another good formation in this playbook is the gun doubles flex, and a lot of very good plays in this as well. The PA stutter post. You got corner strike. You have flanker dig. You got the screen. You got inside cross. This is a very overlooked formation itself. Between this, the gun bunch, the tight offset, and the deuce close, you really don't even need anything else. But just to go with it, you have this open flex formation, which has this glitchy halfback toss. You have the halfback dive out of it. This isn't really much of a passing formation, but this halfback toss is very glitchy out of this formation. So you have a lot of unique stuff in this playbook, but with the unique stuff, you also have the most overpowered stuff as well. So definitely a playbook you should be looking into if you haven't tried it out yet. So for the third playbook on the list, we want to talk about the Houston Texans playbook. Now, I believe that this playbook made my top 5 video at the beginning of the year. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that it did. And it's still one of the top 5 playbooks in the game. And the main reason, number one, is going to be because of the tight slots. But not just because of tight slots. It's because it not only does it have one of the better tight slots in the game, which is probably, you got the Texans, the Saints, and the Jets probably have the best tight slots. The Bills is good too. Those are probably the best in the game. But the thing that makes this different than all of those playbooks is this is the only playbook that has a good tight slots and a good gun bunch. The Bills playbook has tight slots, but they have gun bunch strong, which is not as good as the bunch weak. The Jets playbook has tight slots, but they have gun bunch offset, which again is not as good as the regular bunch weak. The Saints playbook has both, but their bunch weak is weak, just to put it lightly. So this is one of the better gun bunches in the game. You have most of the important plays. You have the draw, you have the post, you have Z-spot and go. You have Texan Trail, which is a play that's not in a lot of gun bunches, so this is a kind of an extra thing with this playbook. You have Corner Strike, you have Post Cross, which is another play that is not in a lot of playbooks. You have verticals, you have the screen. So you have one of the best gun bunches, but you also have one of the best tight slots, and you can audible between these formations, which is a big pain to deal with. It's two of the best formations in the game, and you have to defend them completely differently. So that's alone is what makes this a must-use playbook. It also has single back double south, which is kind of an overlooked formation, but still very good. You have some very good plays in here. You have the dive. You have some good passing plays. Definitely a formation that's worth checking out and labbing. You also have ace close, which is not exactly like deuce close. It's very good. It's not deuce close good. It looks almost the same as deuce close, but not as good. But it is definitely a formation that you would want to use if you're in this playbook. It has a good stretch, and then it also has they don't have a dive, but it has the zone weak, which works good enough. You have bench, you have PA cross, you have Texan seam, Texan drag. You have a halfback toss, but this toss in this formation isn't as good. But it's definitely still a formation you want to use if you're in this playbook. It also has pistol tight slots, which is exclusive to this playbook. The only other playbook that has pistol tight slots is the pistol playbook, which isn't a very good playbook, but you can get pistol tight slots in the Texans playbook, and this is a very unique formation as well. You have the screen, you have the dive, which is nice, you have mesh, you have bench, you have the PA post shot, which is a very good play. So that's definitely something else that's pretty much exclusive to this playbook. Those are going to really be the main formations that you want to use. You also have trips tight end offset, which is good because you have PA crossers, the inside zone, level sail, things like that. But those are pretty much going to be the main formations that you're going to use. You have trips tight end flex as well, which is pretty similar to trips tight end offset. It just has the tight end split out a little bit wider. But those are going to pretty much be the main formations that you use out of this playbook. They have some really good 5-wide stuff in this playbook as well, which helps. But definitely a playbook that you should be looking at. Number 3, the Houston Texans. So for the second best playbook in the game, we now want to look at the New England Patriots playbook, which is a good playbook every year in the game. It's got a ton of just variety in it that you could really get behind. So One of the main things we'll talk about first is this playbook does have tight slots as well. Now the only thing is this tight slots I think is the only one that doesn't have the pitch, which I mean that flat out that's not good. But the formation on its own is still very good. The dive is just as good of a run as the pitch. It's overlooked because it's not as much of a home run hitter, but it's a very consistent 5-yard run out of this formation. But what this formation has that some other formations doesn't have is some different pass plays. It has drags, cross-ups, which I believe this might be the only tight slots that has it. I know most of the other ones don't have it. This has Y flood, which isn't in a lot of tight slots as well. It has PA shot post. Again, that's a rare tight slots play. So it has a lot of passing plays, PA Y shot. It has a lot of passing plays in this tight slots that aren't in any of the other tight slots. It just doesn't have the pitch, but that's not going to hold the formation back that much. I mean, it does suck not to have it, but it's still a good formation without it. This also has the ace close that was in the Texans playbook that we just saw. A formation you should definitely be using if you're in this playbook as well. It has split close, which is a very good formation. It's not, at the very top of Madden, most experienced pro players kind of know how to shut this formation down, but if you're just more of the average online gamer just playing other average guys, this is a very hard formation for the average guy to stop. Most of y'all know this by now. Power O is a very good play, PAF slide. It has the X drag trail, which is only in the Patriots playbook. It has halfback wheel, which is the best play, of course. It has a halfback slip screen. It's got wide receiver corners, which I think is also exclusive to this playbook, so definitely one of the better split closes in the game. And now, of course, it has the doubles Y off pats, the doubles flex pats, which have some very unique plays that are exclusive to this playbook as well. It has the Y off trips pats, which is, this might be in one other playbook or maybe two other playbooks, but I know the Patriots version is the best version of this formation. Pats Y out, pats cross, the draw, you got wheel mesh, you got a lot of good plays. Y option wheel. It's a very good formation that not a lot of people use, but you can scheme very well with it. It has trips tight end, which is one of the better formations in the game. This is one of the best trips tight ends in the game. It has the PA shot wheel. You got double sail, inside zone, PA slot corner, Pats Y in, which is exclusive to this playbook. You've got drive post. You got verticals, halfback angle, screen, PA counter go. I mean, this is just flat out one of the best trips tight ends in the game, and that's what makes it good. You have the slot bubble screen, which is very good and very overlooked. So this trips tight end alone is one of the big selling points of this playbook. But then you go to, again, you have gun bunch, and this is one of the best gun bunches in the game by far. You have Pat Sale, which I think is only in one other playbook, and that is one of the best plays in gun bunch, but it's very limited to only 2 playbooks, so that's one thing that makes this gun bunch a little bit better than all the other gun bunches. You have the draw, you have verticals, you have PA post, of course, you have bunch trail, you have Pat's curl flat, you have the screen, you got 5-1-8 hook, which is another overlooked play in gun bunch, and it's not in a lot of gun bunches. You've got the slip screen, you've got mesh, you've got curls attack, which is only in this playbook as well. So you have arguably the best gun bunch in the game with this playbook. You have tight slots. You got the trips tight end flex. You got the trips tight end ISO. A lot of good formations in this playbook. In my opinion, the second best playbook in the game. Literally, all this playbook is missing is the pitch out of single back tight slots, and I would say it's probably would be the #1 playbook. But that is kind of that is a little bit of a mark on this playbook, but still overall a playbook that has a ton of stuff that you can really use to your advantage in Madden 18. And the #1 playbook of Madden 18 at this point is got to be, without question, the West Coast playbook. Now, the West Coast playbook might not be as loaded as some of the other playbooks, but what it really excels at is what makes it great. So one thing we need to touch on is the doubles north formation, which is in a lot of playbooks, but this is the best doubles north in the game. It's the only one that has the halfback pitch, and this is identical to the single back tight slots pitch. This formation is basically single back tight slots with the outside right wide receiver split out wide. And it doesn't have the exact same plays other than the pitch, but it has a lot of great plays in it. You have the ace power, the PA rollout, you have slot corner, which is a very good play, you have bench switch, you have wide receiver corner. So you can use this formation kind of the same way that people use single back tight slots. You also have, you got the single back ace, which is nice. Wing slot is nice as well. But something else that's exclusive to this playbook is all of the near and far formations that have just tons of unique plays that are exclusive to this playbook and is really some of the best under center stuff in the game. Now, when we get to shotgun, there's only one thing to talk about, and it is the bunch weak formation. But a lot of these playbooks, or all of the playbooks that I mentioned, had bunch weak, but this is the best bunch weak in the game. You can, if you're good at running bunch weak, you can run the West Coast playbook and just sit in this bunch weak all game. You have everything you need in it. You have wide receiver post, which is not in a lot of playbooks. You have mid draw. You have deep attack, which again is not in a lot of playbooks. You have PA post, which is the best play. You have mesh post, which is only in this playbook, and it is one of the best bunch plays. You have dig halfback out, which again is only in this playbook, and it is one of the best plays. You also have verticals. You have corner strike. You have inside cross. You have mesh. So this bunch week is the best because not only does it have the best plays that you need, it also has two plays that are exclusive to this playbook. It also has the gun tight slots, and honestly, that's it. But the fact that it has the best doubles north, the best bunch weak, and it has the near and far formations, which are exclusive to this playbook, that alone makes this the best playbook in my opinion, and it's the reason why so many pro players are using this playbook now. So that's my new list of the top 5 updated offensive playbooks in Madden 18. Do you like any of these playbooks? Do you use any of these? Do you think that I left some out? Definitely leave them in the comments below. Drop your feedback. Would love to hear what playbooks you're using, and if you thought that maybe I should have mentioned a different playbook. As always, guys, if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, just drop a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.